It's the rich new lifestyle. Yeah. Look, I gave life, gave light, corrected sight, and still they don't believe in perfected life. I planted all my seeds and I watched them ripe. They swear I sold my soul just to get this nice, but I know I got that glow and I can prove it thrice. I'm just in the zone and it ain't your night. It was plenty nights I thought I'd lose my mind, but I'm too much in control of my true design. What they can't control is my fucking shine. Look at me too long and you going blind. Look how he evolved, this what's on their mind. It's nothing you can't see when you get this high. Yeah, raising hell. Yeah, raising hell. Yeah, raising hell. I know raising hell. Yeah, raising hell. Yeah, raising hell. And I watch niggas crumble right before my eyes. Everything they ever mumble was a fucking lie. From deals on the table to they pocket size. Niggas, I was born to read between the lines. They figure keep me close until the check arrives. Time is something they should never jeopardize. Get your pen and cut the check if you know what's best. You looking at the maggots in the fucking flesh. Go run and tell Cal that I'm the fucking best. All I do is devour till there's nothing left. And I got the power, but I'm not Mr. West. And I done capital murdered this shit, I must confess. Yeah, raising hell. Yeah, raising hell. Yeah, raising hell. I know raising hell. Yeah, raising hell. Yeah, raising hell.
My archangel whispers he senses all danger. Reveal the villain, watch niggas present bizarre favors. It's pouring out your pores, the sadistic thirst for more. Now open up these doors. I swear I see the light. No, wait, no. Illusions, confusion, delusion, polluted, watered down and polluted. But it's rich new life. It's where the fountain of youth is. To the mountaintops I'm hiking up, you hating fucks. And you hopeless hoes should hold on to your 2 cents, while I keep on rolling my beans with the 2 dents. The road we travel, you pass through the darkest castles. Our lowest levels turn niggas to jealous devils. Those pots of gold, watch them unfold 1,000-fold. I stuck with this journey, I feel so fucking froze. The endless quest for riches brings you lots of foes. I'm hell hot, these subconscious gold.
Yeah, raising hell. Yeah, raising hell. Yeah, raising hell. I know raising hell. Yeah, raising hell. Yeah, raising hell. It's the rich new lifestyle. Yeah.
Yo. I'm back in the building for yet again another live stream. It is your boy AB, and I'm back up in here with another live stream. Today, this isn't gonna be a podcast or one of those newscasts that I do. It's just I'm just basically gonna be basically. Ooh, let me get off of that. But I mean, hopefully y'all are doing well out there. Just gonna be doing a lot of reacting today, honestly. Got a lot of things I wanna go ahead and just react to, and some of the time, I'm gonna be honest with you. Whenever I'm doing my podcast, I don't really get a chance to like react as much to things that are like in my watch later or anything like that, because I'm too busy trying to get to like content worthy things that I feel the need to talk about on the podcast, which, a lot of those things are things I'm going to be looking at today that are like, it's still content at the end of the day, but I don't get to a lot of those things because I'm trying to just like keep it to a certain amount of things, just to get the hell out of here after an hour, after 2 hours, because I don't really want to sit here forever and ever and ever and ever. But today, I think I'm gonna have a one of those not even a podcast, one of those streams where I'm just gonna be here for a second. I'm gonna be here for a little minute, so I'm just gonna go through, do a little bit of live stream and do a little bit of reacting to certain things. I know it says viral stories. I'm gonna like kind of stay off of viral stories a little bit and just try to do my best to just do more reacting content in this time that I'm here. So where do I start? Where do I start? I got a lot of things here. Don't even know where to start. Where do I go first? Should I get political or should I go red pill? There's something that's been going like viral on the internet, and it's just the most random thing to go viral. An episode of Touched by an Angel. No, I think I'm gonna get to that a little bit later. Let me see here. Where do I want to go first? There's so much stuff here. Have I really been like putting off really going down this like rabbit hole? Pause. There's a lot of stuff. Oh my gosh. Man, it's so much. I don't even want to go all the way down there because now I'm gonna get lost. All right. You know what? I'm gonna start right in the middle. And I'm gonna go political first. Then I'm gonna go funny, and then I'm gonna go red pill, and then I'm just gonna restart, and then I'm gonna like put funny first, and then put red pill second, and then put political last. So we're gonna go for funny first, or actually political first. So I'm gonna start with this right here. So let me see here. What does this even say? What video did I pick for real? Let me see here. This is. Let me see. It says here.
Under Trump, this.
Okay, so this is Robert De Niro clashing with Trump protesters because apparently he called Trump an effing idiot. So see how this is fair. Let me see. Hold on. Close something here real quick. Hold up. Close that. And what else? I think that's it. I don't have anything else open. Okay. All right, let's do this.
This kind of government will perish from the earth. I don't mean to scare you. No, wait, maybe I do mean to scare you. If he gets in, I can tell you right now, he will never leave. We don't want to wake up after the election saying, what, again? My God, what the hell have we done?
Damn, they really yelling at bro.
Have that happen again. We're trying to be gentlemen in this world. The Democrats, you are gangsters. Excuse me. You are gangsters. You're washed up.
My whole thing is like this, though. My whole thing is like that, like this with that. Like, y'all are so, like, it's so much, like, Robert De Niro, you are in Hollywood. There is so much nasty, disgusting things going on in Hollywood. But you'd rather sit here and talk about whether Donald Trump is going to go into the White House or not. Bro, let's talk about what's going on in Hollywood with all these directors and producers and Hollywood agents and all those things. Like, bro, forget about this. This is like the last thing that I think anybody really cares about. It's like you either pick Donald Trump or you pick whoever else that's going to be pushed into the spotlight to go against him, or maybe Biden. I mean, it's like, it doesn't matter who it is. They already got what they're planning to do with America. So it's like, it doesn't matter who's the president. But it's so crazy how actors and actresses and people worship, like these celebrities that people worship, literally, they're supposed to be a distraction from things like politics, things like whatever is going on in the world. But the thing that's wrong with it is that end up being right in the statistic of things like this, like Robert De Niro. Robert De Niro's apparently a Democrat, but it's like you turn your back and say, oh, the Republicans are terrible people. Oh, Donald Trump is a terrible person, but you like turn back and turn a blind eye to whatever the Democrats are doing because they're just as bad. They're just as bad. Nobody is like legitimately like clean like that. And that's what I don't like about politics, is that we sit up here and argue, oh, this, which side's better, who's doing more for what. And at the end of the day, all of it is messed up. Nothing's perfect. Like, this country has been run into the ground, and it will continue to be run into the ground because of these people in positions of power who continue to get money from taxpayers, continue to make promises that will never be truly like taken care of. So that's what I feel about it. I can't even lie though. One thing about people who love Trump, they gonna stand 10 toes down for their man.
former
They do
President
not
Trump and his
care.
supporters during what some are calling
They
a bizarre
don't
press
care.
conference outside the Trump trial courthouse. The Biden campaign was in the House yesterday.
Bizarre is one word. Joe Conscious, a Fox News contributor, and he joins us now. Joe, in the pantheon of bad ideas, from New Coke to the Hindenburg to Dylan Mulvaney, where does this De Niro press conference rank?
On a scale of 1 to 10, 23, I'd go back.
It's just so random. I mean, at the end of it all, it's just random. An actor arguing with people who love Trump. It just, you know, you try to make it make sense, but it's just a random occurrence. It sounds like something that South Park is gonna make fun of, or Family Guy. And yeah, I mean, it is pretty funny, because it's like, you know, on one hand, I'm like, why is Robert De Niro so angry? Why are you so angry, bro? Like, calm down. Calm down. The American, the people in the positions of power choose who they want. And no matter what you say or what anybody says, whoever it is that they want, that's who they're going to put there. Plain and simple. I mean, you had to have figured that out when they put him in the White House the first time. So it's like, but yeah, I'm just gonna move on from that, because I'm like, it's not worth boiling your blood over, to be completely honest. Gonna be moving on, and I'm gonna stay with the theme of political, but I'm just gonna move to a woke influencer accidentally creates epic Trump campaign ad. Let's see what it entails, man. See what's going on.
And here are the first 15 promises he has made if he is reelected. You may have heard of Project 2025, but this is from Agenda 47, and you can read all of these on his website. First, he promises that he will carry out the largest domestic deportation operation in history.
Get out.
He will also ask for the death sentence for anyone convicted of human trafficking. He will close the Department of Education and return all education standards to the states to decide. He will put prayer back into school, and he will criminalize any race-based advantage program.
Okay, hold on. These are some really gigantic promises Donald Trump is making. Are you serious? Hold on, go back. It's quite a those are some really specific promises he's made. Hold on.
Anyone convicted of human trafficking. He will close the Department of out the largest domestic deportation operation, Agenda 47. And you can read all of these on his website. First, he promises that he will carry out the largest domestic deportation operation in history.
Get out.
He will also ask for the death sentence.
I just don't understand the deportate. Like, you cannot like literally, there's no, like, you can't do a massive deportation of people. I just don't think that's something that's realistic or logical. You can't do mass deportation. Like, I mean, I've seen them take immigrants to, like, large amounts of immigrants to certain areas of America to, you know, I don't even really think I know what's going on with that. But I don't think the government is, like, taking the risk of, like, wanting to massively deport everybody. That just sounds ridiculous. Like, it sounds like a ridiculous idea. There are people like people don't realize that immigration is a long, grueling process for a lot of people. A long, grueling process for a lot of people who leave from their countries when there's things like war going on, when there's things like the crime in other countries. People want to come to America. Like, people outside of this country want to come to America because they want a better life for themselves. And all that is perceived about America in other countries is that we're a country of freedom. You know, we're a country of freedom. We're a country where people can be from another country and be able to work and provide for themselves and for their kids and be able to be successful. that was, you know, that was probably something that could be a selling point back in like 1980, 1970. And I'm sure that was true because, you know, you had your Italians who came back in, you know, the 30s and the 40s. You know, they came, the Irish came, so on and so forth. Different countries trickled down through that. German people came to America. Chinese people came to America. So on and so forth. So it's like, but I mean, I feel like the perception of that same American dream is just a little bit suppressed and boxed up because they keep moving the goalposts. They keep moving the goalposts with like being able to gain success. Have you seen like our job market? America's job market is just god awful. It's like you have to go through 50 hoops just to gain a proper means of employment. And then even then, you don't even know if, you know, you're not even for certain if what you're getting, like what you're being paid for your work is like the actual salary you're supposed to be getting, because Brad from Massachusetts, whose family has like mad money from when he was growing up, paid for him to go to the best schools. And remember, it's a thing of who paid to get a piece of paper and a bunch of certifications versus somebody who has mad experience and who can actually do the job. You know, there's that battle between those two people because it's this person over here who read everything. They read everything, but they don't have any type of experience. They just have the knowledge versus the person over here who they don't have the reading down or any certifications, but they got the experience. They know how to actually do it with their hands or actually like do whatever it is that they need to do on the computer. But our job market is just like a full-on monopoly of a Olympic Games or something like that, where it's just like you're not there's a bunch of people who don't have jobs, and that's because I feel like it has to do it a little bit with COVID, number one. Number two, a lot of people just don't want to work. A lot of people want to have businesses or, you know, something like that where they don't have to like clock in for anybody or answer to anybody, which is fine. But at the same time, it doesn't work for everybody. But I feel like that's the thing with like this new generation of kids who are out here. Not you know, of course, college is not for everybody. But I mean, you got to do something, right? So it's just a weird amount of things that are being like, I guess you could say a weird amount of things that are being promised by Donald Trump. Very astronomical stuff. I mean, but what do you expect? You know?
Anyone convicted of human trafficking. He will close the Department of Education and return all education standards to the states to decide. He will put prayer back into school, and he will criminalize any race-based advantage programs. He will end the Affordable Care Act. He will ban gender-affirming care for adults and children, and he will ban any federal dollars from going towards gender-affirming care, which means anyone with government-provided health care will no longer be able to access gender-affirming care except for Viagra and Cialis. Those will still be available. Yeah, boy. He will propose a constitutional amendment that gives a term limit.
There's a few I wanted to go back to, but I mean, I'm gonna just kind of let it play a little bit. I'll go back to one or two of those in a minute.
To Congress. He will deploy the Department of Justice to investigate the Biden crime family and any of his adversaries or political rivals.
You determined on that.
He will immediately pardon all of the January 6thers, and he will create a task force to investigate anyone who arrested, charged, or imprisoned a January 6er.
Are you kidding me? They come on now. Are you serious? Is he really gonna do that? That would be goofy if he did, like, bro. That was a legitimate actual crime. That was a crime on America. Like, people from America actually like committed a crime in a government, like at a government building. That's a crime. That's real crime, and you want to pardon all of them? What? That is, like, you see how ridiculous all of it just continues to get more and more ridiculous as she names them. What? You want to pardon the people from January 6th? Man, they just gonna get one thing Donald Trump gonna do is he gonna move that goalpost, bro. Seriously. If I don't even want to say what I'm thinking on that one.
He will increase the penalties for underage criminal offenders, strengthen immunity for police officers, and deploy the National Guard to patrol woke cities. On day one, he will reassess our participation in NATO and says that every European country needs to pay the United States for protection. He will also restore the wonderful travel ban for Muslims.
Okay, now that one was goofy. That was goofy. Go back to that.
Patrol woke cities. On day one, he will reassess our participation in NATO and says that every European country needs to pay the United States for protection.
Every European country needs to pay the United States for protection. You see, that's what we're like. America is already the laughingstock of every other country, and to say you're gonna go and make it's like when he tried to say that Mexico was gonna pay for a border wall. They didn't pay for it. So what makes you think Europe is gonna pay any type of shakedown protection task? What does he think this is? The mafia? Like trying to force Europe to pay America for what? That's crazy.
He will also restore the wonderful travel ban for Muslims coming to America. He will build freedom cities. This is 10 new cities built on federal land. He will award them to areas with the best development proposals, and he will prioritize moving young families to these freedom cities.
You son of a bitch! I mean,
he will kill all e-vehicles and e-vehicle legislation, seeking to replace that with the development of a flying car. He believes that we could create a car that vertically takes off. He will remove all of the limits on American natural gas exports.
It's gotten astronomically ridiculous now. Destroying all electric cars and making flying cars. Now, I'm not saying I don't think like flying cars is like an idea that doesn't exist somewhere in some universe, but I just don't think that I don't think we're ready for that. We can barely handle electric cars. I don't think we're ready for the flying cars. Just not something I think we're ready for. It's just the list just continues to just get like, over the top with the BS. Just BS.
And drill baby drill for oil domestically. He will impose a tariff of up to 60% on Chinese imports. He will extend the 2017 tax cuts and drop the corporate tax rate from 21% to 15%. He will push Congress.
I'm gonna keep it real. He's literally regurgitating what he was doing when he was president. Like if you really like think about it, he's just regurgitating things that he already did. The Muslim ban was something that he did. The going back, like the drilling for oil thing was something that he was already doing when he was president. Yeah, these are a lot of the same things he was already doing. You're making the same album again. Like, come on, bro. Give us something new.
To pass legislation that would give every American the right to concealed carry anywhere at any time. And he will revoke any gun restrictions or legislation that seeks to inhibit He wants to let. He will demand that Europe pay back all the money we gave Ukraine.
Hold on. He wants to let everybody open open and carry. I don't think he knows the strength of the amount of chaos that's going to bring if every state is able to have open and carry. You know how much crime is going to be going on in America if that happens? I don't think he's taking things serious at all. Like, what is that? What is that? That's, I mean, he already got 34 convictions. I think the last thing he need to be worried about is trying to establish whether any of these laws are going to be able to be approved by the House. Like, worry about those convictions, which I know he's not going to see the inside of a jail cell, but like, he needs to be up to his neck in litigation though. Like, he needs to be going to court every day, every week, you know. Nobody is above the law. Not even a rich guy from New York. Not even a rich yuppie from New York that did some things. And I'm sure he did way more than what we even know, you know. Nobody's above the law. That's really what it is. Let's continue.
And then he will use all of that money to recruit for the American military. And he will take billions and then guns that have been passed in the last several years. Revoke any gun restrictions or American the right to concealed carry anywhere at any time. And he will revoke any gun restrictions or legislation that seeks to inhibit people's ability to own guns that's been passed in the last several years.
That's crazy.
He will demand that Europe pay back all the money we gave Ukraine, and then he will use all of that money to recruit for the American military. And he will take...
Okay, that's... Realistically speaking, I don't like the fact that money is being given to Ukraine for a war that America really has nothing to do with. But at the same time, it's like, you have to be kind of like sensitive to things like this. And that just basically means Donald Trump doesn't care about Ukraine being like stepped on by Russia, which is crazy. I don't think it's right that, you know, Biden is giving money to Ukraine, but at the same time, it's affect higher region. It's affecting it's not just soldiers being affected by that. It's people who have nothing to do with war, who just want to live and go to work and take care of their families. Their houses are being destroyed. Their houses are being destroyed, man.
And billions of dollars from private university endowments by taxing, fining, and suing the universities. He specifically names Harvard in this one. And then he will use that money to create the American Academy. It is a free online college that will be free of wokeness that he will force employers to recognize as a bachelor's degree.
I was with him. I was with it until I heard wokeness. Free college is a good thing. A lot of people with school debt. A lot of people with school debt, man. A lot of people who are going to go to their graves with debt because they decided to go to college and wanting to do better for themselves and do better for their lives. There's people with master's degrees who, like I said, I said it in the beginning, our job market is garbage. Garbage, trash. Moving the goalposts. The job market is moving the goalposts every single time. Requiring more things out of people. Because you know AI, you're basically in competition with AI. All these big corporations using AI to do things and do tasks, which is almost kind of not even sort of, but mostly kind of hurting certain parts of the job industry, like IT, for instance. I mean, it's not taking every person's job in the IT world, but, if you're a software engineer and you've been a software engineer for like 5 years, you're having a hard time trying to find a job because why? Major corporations are hiring AI to do what somebody who went to school, went to a coding boot camp to become a software engineer is doing. Somebody who sacrificed and had to stay up late 10 hours, 12 hours just to study, just to become somebody who can read code and understand different machine languages. They're losing it. They're losing their title. They're losing their jobs. They're having to go up a longer ladder just to be able to say, hey, I can read the coding language and operate a certain software. Losing out to AI and making it harder for people to gain a job, and recruiters are taking people through the limbo and getting ghosted and all these things, all these BS mechanisms. So, I mean, it sucks.
Degree equivalent. So that's Agenda 47.
Oh, okay. So that is the name of so Agenda 47 is the name of a proposed plan by Donald Trump. Okay. Well, I'm gonna be honest with you, and this is real. Some of the things in there are absolute. Some of the things that was named in there are absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And I don't think the House would ever vote for any of that to be approved at all. Whether it be Republican or Democrat, I don't think realistically any person with a capable brain of having common sense would remotely at all say, yeah, that's a good idea. I think we should do that. The gun law alone is enough to say, whoa, no, we're not doing that. The gun law, the plan to get Europe to pay America to protect them, like what? Where, like, it's like he just pulled that idea right out of his ass. So I was like, what? That doesn't even. I think there was one that was good. I mean, I'm not gonna completely poop on everything. I mean, I think that the whole thing about putting prayer back in schools, I think that's something that's very important, and I think that's just something on its own that should be able to be utilized, just because, like, everybody is a different, religion and everything like that. And I think most things that have to do with different religions are respected. Like, why not go back to putting prayer in schools? I mean, I never saw anything wrong with it. I think, the time that they decided to pull prayer out of schools is, around the time of, like, September 11th. And it was just a real sensitive time. And, taking prayer out of schools does nothing that, like, it did nothing, but just put people in a box of scared, like, just a scared mentality. I mean, yes, at the time when it was administered to, like, take it out, I mean, I get it, but we're now. I don't think it's a different society now. I don't think that's something that we should be like looking at as like a threat or anything like that. If somebody wants to pray during a moment of silence, what's wrong with that? Nothing. I when I was younger and I was going to elementary school and all of that, we were praying. It was a moment of prayer. They would say the pledge, and that moment of prayer. A moment of prayer is basically a moment of silence. I don't understand why it even ever left, but this completely is just, it's hilarious. It's hilarious, and this influencer didn't do nothing but showcase how insanely what is the word I want to use here? Insanely how insane and outrageous what is the name of this thing? How insanely outrageous Agenda 47 is. That's all I got for it. And that's the person that a lot of people want back in the White House. I mean, like, I ain't gonna lie. Trump did some things. I ain't gonna sit here and cap, but I mean, it wasn't him who did it. It was the House. So I can't really give him the credit for something that the House voted on to happen. So there's that. Because around the time he made, or somebody, people in his cabinet advised him of decisions he should make. I believe a lot of those decisions backfired. You know, it's like for every good thing that he did when he was a president, there are like 20 to 50 things in the place of those good things that he did that was just, it wasn't needed. What was the point of it? Why'd you do it? You know, who suggested that to him? But man, let me move on from that. It's a little too serious up in here. So we're going to be going to my next reaction. Going to be reacting to this.
Guys, my worst fear has been actualized. I've been referenced in a South Park episode. I'm so scared.
Honestly, by the looks of it, Lizzo looks like she's been going through it, man. Like, she genuinely looks like she hasn't slept in days. Hair's all crazy. She looks stressed.
You know, first of all, just got to tell you what I'm reacting to. Reacting to Lizzo getting referenced in South Park. Apparently, it's a legendary cartoon show, South Park, that has been on for 10 plus years. They make fun of everybody and everything. They make fun of anything and everyone. And they have never been canceled for any of it. So, their latest victim was Lizzo. And I'm sure they didn't pull any punches, because they didn't pull any punches when they made fun of Kanye West. They didn't pull any punches when they've made fun of COVID. I didn't even say the word. They've made fun of vid-19. They've made they made fun of the medical industry. Actually, it's actually pretty funny. Made fun of the medical industry. They make fun of society in general. They make fun of the way we think. They make fun of the internet. Make fun of everything. So this should be fun. Considering all things considered, I do want to just say that, like, I haven't heard anything from Lizzo in a while. It might be because of those lawsuits that she has for, like, what is it, like harassment or something like that. Let's see what's going on here.
Stressed out, defeated, depleted, don't know what she's going through, but help is clearly needed.
I'm gonna blind you now. Here we go.
I was telling you, Sheila, these new drugs are pretty amazing.
Honestly, I'm gonna double down on what I said before and also say that she probably already knows what's coming, and I'm sure the rest of us do too. I'm going into this blind as well as everybody else watching this, including Lizzo, and yeah, I kind of feel bad for her, I'm not gonna lie. Considering this is South Park, I'm pretty sure this is gonna be pretty bad.
Amazing. I was feeling so ashamed of myself, watching Randy go out and exercise all the time and not eating as much. But I just don't have the same kind of willpower he has.
Which of the drugs are you on, Sharon? Ozempic, Manjaro?
Oh no, I talked to my doctor. He said insurance would only pay for those if I had diabetes.
But if you can't afford them, then how are you managing your weight?
Yep,
Wait a minute.
this is gonna be bad because they're already talking about diabetes.
Wait, she said I can't afford those. Did they just classify? Hold on, wait a minute. Did they just classify being fat as a disease? Hold on. Go back real quick. That's funny. That's hilarious.
What drugs are you on, Sharon? Ozempic, Manjaro?
He said insurance would only pay for those if I had diabetes.
But if you can't afford them, then how are you managing your weight?
Yep, this is gonna be bad because they're already.
Oh, that's funny. They're saying that's funny. Oh God.
Talking about diabetes, weight loss, Ozempic, which apparently is this new weight loss pill that every fucking celebrity is using to lose weight drastically without hitting the gym. And apparently Drake has been using Ozempic too, as alluded to by his rap beat with Kendrick. And it's just like, is South Park gonna say that Lizzo should be taking Ozempic too?
Don't you know, Sheila? Now there's a whole new obesity drug for those of us who can't afford Ozempic and Manjaro. I've controlled all my cravings to be thinner with Lizzo.
Nah, yo, this is crazy. Yo, me and Lizzo just covered our mouths up at the same time, bro. Like, nah, this is how I know this is a genuine reaction. Like, she definitely didn't watch this shit beforehand because I thought maybe they would have introduced the animated version of Lizzo in some way, shape, or form. But nah, they just used her name and made it into a weight loss drug in the South Park universe. Like, holy
that's
fuck,
funny.
You want it to be. Nah, this is just
that's funny.
Prove Lizzo makes you feel good.
Hilarious.
And it costs 90% less than Ozempic.
I've lowered my standards and my expectations.
Case studies, 70% of patients on Lizzo no longer
I've lowered my standards and my expectations. This is funny.
2 shits.
Lizzo helps you eat everything you want and keep physical activity to a minimum.
Oh my God.
That's
the
funny.
Writers of South Park.
Oh my
Lizzo
God. Savage.
Or the studio sometime in the past.
They just don't give a fuck.
This just feels like way too much of a personal attack.
Oh my God.
Take Lizzo's name, bar for bar, letter for letter, and say Lizzo makes you eat what you want, whatever you want, while being able to keep physical activity to a minimum.
Bruh.
And Lizzo on the bottom of the screen looks like she's just in incomplete
Oh
shock
my
and
God, that's funny.
flabbergasted, bamboozled at the fact that her name is being slandered so publicly. Nah, this is just embarrassing.
Some patients report constipation while listening to Lizzo. Stop listening to Lizzo if you experience suicidal thoughts. Serious side effects may include pancreatitis, hypothermia.
Fucking album!
Out your ears.
Oh, that's funny as hell. Wait a minute.
Lizzo if you experience
Wait a
suicidal
minute.
thoughts. Serious side effects may include pancreatitis.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
Being slandered so publicly. Nah, this is just embarrassing.
Some patients report constipation while listening to Lizzo. Stop listening to Lizzo if you
Oh
experience
my
suicidal
God.
thoughts. Serious side
Wait a
effects may
minute.
include
Stop listening to Lizzo if you get constipation or suicidal thoughts or constipation. Damn. They didn't give a man. That's funny. They didn't give a single solitary fuck. That is hilarious.
pancreatitis, hypothermia.
Fucking album!
Out your ears.
They said pancreatitis, hyperthermia, shitting out your
Shitting
ears.
out
And then
your
proceeded to show
ear.
some dude apparently
Bruh,
listening to
that's
Lizzo's
funny as
album
hell.
and shitting out his ears. No, that's just
Because the
honestly, I don't
music
know
she
what to
makes
say.
is
I'm in shock.
trash.
Lizzo's in shock.
That's what
animated
they're
motherfucker
saying.
in the top panel is in shock. Like, what the hell?
You living with concerns of obesity?
Ask about the power of not giving a fuck with Lizzo.
Period.
That's crazy.
I just feel like, damn, I'm really that
Man.
bitch. I'm really that bitch. I
I'm gonna
really
be honest with
show
you.
the world
It's just
how to love
like-
myself and not give a to the point where these men in Colorado know who the I am and put it on their cartoon that's been around for 25 years. I'm really that bitch, and I show y'all how to not give a fuck, and I'm gonna keep on showing you how to not give a fuck. Oh, Lizzo, bitch.
You know damn well as soon as that camera went off, Lizzo
Exactly.
put the phone down, leaned back in the couch, started looking
You
up at the
can't-
ceiling,
you-
started
you can't
crying her
cap with
ass off, man.
us.
Like that right there was one of the most disrespectful,
That was the
defamatory,
that was funny
slanderous,
as hell.
disgusting, and just downright foul
Nigga,
references
that
to
was
any
funny
celebrity,
as
any animated
fuck.
cartoon that I've ever seen in my life. Like genuinely, like listen, bro, we
Bruh.
all know Lizzo is a big lady. She's a
Yeah.
person, and a lot of people at this current point in time don't like her because she's always trying to act like she doesn't care about what other people say about her, and try so hard to act like it doesn't bother her when it's clear as day that it does.
But
because
it's
a person
literally,
who
it's
is-
like it's literally what you signed up for when you became a celebrity. If you're like in the public eye like that and you're a celebrity, we're gonna talk about you. What can you do about it? It's nothing. Like, I mean, hey, it made like, bruh, I don't think South Park cares about anything or anybody. They just do what they want. If they could make fun of Kanye and nothing happened to their show, if they can make fun of presidents and I think they've gone as far as making fun of like Muslim people and nothing happened to their show. Like if they can, like they literally don't give a damn about anybody or anything. So I mean, and then plus, you know, at the end of the day, it's comedy. Can't say that same thing. Be fair if it was the Boondocks making fun of it, because you know they've had their problems. You know, Tyler Perry and BET pulling episodes and stuff. So it is what it is. I thought it was absolutely hilarious. The thing about how she feels about it is, my whole thing is like, I agree with the person who made this video that like she always acts like her shit don't stink. Like she doesn't care about what anybody says, but deep down you care. You get mad hate comments. I mean, but you brought it on yourself. You brought it on yourself when you know, I mean, I don't necessarily hate, you know, people who are body positive. There's nothing wrong with you being body positive. It's just like the whole entire world doesn't need to know that you're body positive. Like, if you're comfortable in your own skin and you're body positive, cool. But I don't think somebody who's a celebrity who be working out less, but is still a certain size, you know, you should really like keep that to yourself, you know. If you display it in your music, I mean, that's cool, but like, come on now. You know what the internet is capable of. The internet cancels and cancels people like nothing. The internet hates positive stuff and will find any reason to hate on somebody or something because, you know, there's nothing that can be amazing. There's nothing that can be good. Like in a sea of a million comments, in a sea of a million people in the public court of opinion, if there's gonna be like 4,000 people saying good things, there's gonna equally be like 5,000 to 10,000 people literally spewing just entire paragraphs of hate towards something. That's just the way it goes. That's just the way it goes in our society. Sucks sometimes, but is what it is. Okay, I'm gonna be moving on, man. Where do we want to go next? Where do I want to take this next? I guess why not? We're going to be going and reacting to video from Jack TV. If you do not know who Jack TV is, he does like loyalty tests. Does a lot of loyalty tests in which, you know, a boyfriend or a girlfriend hires him to, you know, place a decoy somewhere with the significant other and basically make them go through like this test of like whether they're going to be loyal. So I usually love watching these. Let's get this thing popping.
How y'all doing?
Hey.
Jack, nice to meet you.
Jack,
how you doing? Nice to meet you. Y'all can just go right here to this table right here. Yeah.
Today we're placing Sinclair's boyfriend Wayne to a loyalty test.
So do you feel like he was flirting with you?
Like, I peep it, but I don't feel like it's necessarily weird because at the end of the day, this is my best friend's boyfriend, and I will take it there. But I don't know if he is planning on taking it there.
Our decoy Jackie, who is also Sinclair's best friend, will be testing Wayne's loyalty by flirting and seeing how far he is willing to actually go. Will he remain loyal or will he entertain Jackie's advances?
We talked about like the next step in our relationship, and if he fails his test, then we're not doing that, and he needs to get out.
Hey, how are you?
Good.
Good. It's not that cold.
Alright, what you got to show? Oh no. Do you agree using her for the decoy?
Yeah. That's my best friend, and you treating me like shit right now, bro, and I don't give a fuck. So let's keep it cool. I'm good. I'm straight. I'm sorry.
What's the point of even doing all this, bro?
Unfold, so stay tuned and locked for more.
Jack TV.
Why don't you just
Right
confront?
now, meet up with Sin. Sin basically want to put her boyfriend to the loyalty test because he don't like.
Why don't you just confront your significant other?
Jackie. Not only that, but
why you gotta do all this extra stuff, bro?
With each other is making her uncomfortable. Right now it is 8:15. Supposed to meet up with her at 2, so we got a lot of downtime.
After killing some time at that point, it's now time to
This is played out. I ain't gonna lie.
But I recently just went to Tulum with him and my best friend, and I just noticed little things like he was flirting with her. Cool. He's like looking at her doing weird stuff and like.
So do you feel like he was flirting with you?
I wouldn't really say
Yes.
flirting because we don't really like talk
Yeah.
one with Claire. I feel like.
So when Sinclair brought the news to you that she wanted to put him to a loyalty test, how did you feel about being a decoy?
I mean, this is my best friend, so I feel like whatever she feels comfortable with. This is something that I have to do.
I'm gonna say this.
Trust.
There's no bigger enemy to women than other women. There is no bigger enemy to women than other women. The reason why I say that is because it's true. Just in my personal experience of being out in this world, I see that like women be in competition with each other. A lot of times, women pit themselves against each other, especially when it's like a woman that's like, you know, prettier than her. Everything like damage that woman. You know, I mean, I can use a good example. This isn't really a good example, but it's a good example. Like when a woman sees another woman getting attention, like we can use the workplace as an example. They'll find a way to like destroy that. They'll find a way to like draw the attention back on them. You know, like look at Caitlin Clark in the WNBA. All these teams in the WNBA are doing their best to like give her a bunch of like tough love because it's like, why is the spotlight on this white girl who, you know, of course she knows how to shoot threes and all of that. Why is the media literally paying attention to only her when there are other incredible female basketball players like Angel Reese, a couple of those women from, I can't really name them right now, but a couple of the women from the South Carolina team who were drafted to the WNBA. Why is nobody talking about them? Why are they not getting an equal spotlight as Caitlin Clark? All these incredible, like, not even the ones that got drafted newly. All the incredible WNBA players who are in the league currently that are veterans and have been around way longer. I mean, damn, they don't even talk up Sue Bird like that, the way they talk about Caitlin Clark. They don't talk up what's her name, the one Sabrina Iona or whatever her name is, who won against Steph Curry in the 3-point contest. They don't even big her up the same way they big up Caitlin Clark. But since she's just like this big sensation, I don't know. They're like doing everything possible to stick this woman's name, plaster their name all over everything. Like kind of like sort of like how Taylor Swift, like the NFL did everything they could to just, and every time she was at a Chiefs game. That's what I feel like we're getting here with Caitlin Clark. Like they talk about the other WNBA players, but they don't talk about them the same way they talk about her. They don't at all. Like I just seen like something on World Star where, not even World Star, it was on Instagram, where the GM, is it the GM or the owner of the Indiana Fever is complaining, talking about, oh, they being too rough with Caitlin Clark. They need to stop that. Like, what? It's basketball, first of all. Second of all, Caitlin Clark is a rookie. They would do that regardless whether she had she was a big name or not. Like it's just like it's the same thing that goes on in the NBA. Hazing. Rookies get hazed in the NBA. Rookies get tough defense when they get drafted to the NBA. They like really welcome them in the NBA. So I mean, I believe it's the same thing with the WNBA. They welcoming her. They giving her that they trying to tell her to be humble, basically. So hated to drift off a little bit, but hey, let's get back into the video. I'm just talking up a storm here.
Stuff because I really want to see how far this is going to take. We've known each other for so long, and you introduced me to him. So this is his chance that I'm like just one-on-one with him, and he crosses that boundary, then you like really know. Yeah. So.
Although Wayne and Jackie have known each other for quite some time and been friends for the entirety of Sinclair's and Wayne's relationship, Sinclair always wondered if time presented itself with Wayne not only go for her friend Jackie, but cheat on her in general. So we decided to put that theory to test. Jackie is known for being the life of the party and also throwing them. So I decided to rent out this luxury Airbnb so that Jackie could possibly use it as a way to get one-on-one time with Wayne. The plan was to tell Jackie to post and show off the house on IG and her close friends in hopes that Wayne would see it and want to come. We made sure he was the only one in her close friends at that time to avoid extra people from trying to come. Now this house was pretty expensive. Too expensive to solely rely on one guy to watch a single story in order to execute this test. So we went ahead and told Jackie to shoot him a text and invite him personally. Sinclair felt that this way we would for sure get a concrete response and wouldn't raise any suspicion. And indeed, she was right. However, I still told Jackie to go ahead and give him a call so I could actually hear him say that he's actually coming.
Hey Wayne. What's up? Are you still coming tonight?
My whole thing is like, why you even got his number? If you just like, if that's your girlfriend's friend, why do you have her number? That's already red flag number one. Like, if you can like her, like, she got on glasses, but I'm sure like she like eyes looking like that under them glasses. Like, why you answering? Why you picking up when she call? Why you get up when she call? And I didn't even pick up on whether his girlfriend was going to be at this alleged party that they using to set him up with.
Promise? Yes. Yeah, I did. Yeah. I'm excited to see you.
Wait, what did she say?
What do you do?
What?
Yeah, why you say that?
Oh, what did she say?
Yeah. I'm excited to see you.
What do you do?
Wait a minute.
Yeah, why you say that?
Yeah, that was a little weird.
I thought I was supposed to be flirting with him.
Not yet.
Oh
Is that
my
how you
God.
normally talk to him?
Oh my
You just come out flirty. I'm just saying.
That's how I talk.
Dumb. Just dumb. Oh my goodness.
Promise.
This is just my personal opinion after watching this clip over and over and over.
Yeah.
Sinclair obviously looked uncomfortable after that interaction between Jackie and
Yeah.
her boyfriend Wayne.
I told
now,
you.
you can obviously tell from me and Gabe's
I told
faces that
you.
this interaction wasn't normal.
I
Only because we
told
didn't
you.
instruct Jackie to flirt or talk seductively
I
to Wayne at
told
this
you.
point of the
I
text.
said that.
Her job here was to simply ask him, was he coming to the crib to catch a vibe?
See, I told you. Look.
Her job here was to simply ask him,
I
was he coming
told
to
you.
the crib to catch a
Look at the way she's staring. Like, it's very, very, like, already. I'm saying. I know she wanted to slap that phone out of her hand. Like, what are you doing? Like, why are you talking to him like that? Why are you talking about, why you talking about man like that? Like, telling you. I'm sure she had a problem when he even answered the phone.
to vibe. Now, Sinclair definitely gave her an out by blaming it on her personality. Take a look.
No, but that's literally how I talk. You want me to flirt?
But man, that just didn't seem right to me after running this
Yeah,
clip. But comment
it
down
was
in the
not
comments what
right.
you guys think. Am I tripping?
It was not right. No, you're not tripping.
More than we could chew because of how many cameras it would take to cover every inch of this space. The command center was upstairs, and we needed Jackie to avoid going up there along with other blind spots where we couldn't place cameras. At this point, cameras were in place, and we were now only waiting on Wayne's arrival. But while we wait, this is a perfect time to introduce you guys to Cash Kick. I was just in the middle of a tornado, and a tree literally smashed my car.
Yeah, the car fucked up. I ain't gonna care.
Oh,
Ain't nothing to
snap.
do about that shit.
But there is. Luckily, I was introduced to Cash Kick to make some extra money. You can easily be making bank by using Cash Kick. Cash Kick is a platform to help you make more money. You can make an extra $150 all just by playing games on your phone. Let me show you guys how easy and straightforward it is to earn extra cash. First, go to cashkick.com. You can do so by clicking on the description down below or scanning the QR code that you see on the screen. You're gonna sign up with your email and password.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
it.
not gonna
Literally,
lie.
that's
Shout
it.
out to
Now you can
him
start
and
making
shout
money.
out to
The
him
amount of
getting
money
the
you can make, you might as well
sponsorship and
use
everything
and
like
it
that,
pays
but
for
Yeah, any questions?
that's cap. That thing don't work, bro. That thing don't work. That's just like that $750 through Cash App thing. Like, you know how much downloading, like you have to like literally download a whole bunch of stuff onto your phone, and then like you have a lot of work to $50 through Cash App. You're not just gonna get $750 through Cash App by downloading one game and playing the game for like an hour. Like, no, that's not how that works. Ain't nothing free in this world, ladies and gentlemen.
No.
You good?
Yeah, I'm
All right, come on, let's get you upstairs.
Wayne should be arriving soon. Everything is in place, and Sinclair is headed to the command center. Will Wayne pass his loyalty test, or was Sinclair right all along, and he is interested in her best friend? Let's find out now.
I mean, really, they both bad. So
Hey.
the friend and the friend and his girlfriend is bad. So I mean,
Like that?
No.
Ew.
wow.
Do you want a shot? Okay, let me get it for you.
The audio is cutting like it's.
I just wanted it to be me and you. You know, I love to be with you. Yeah. But I'll have no cup, so we're just gonna have to take it out the bottle.
You ain't got no club, it's alright.
Okay.
You first.
Okay.
Ready?
Pretty much.
Let me get
Nah, he doing too much, bro.
Let me get one.
Nah, he doing too much, bro.
Like what the fuck?
Yeah, he doing too
One
much
is cool. It's early.
already off the rip. Like, why are you offering me alcohol?
Oh my god. When did you get home from Tulum? Because I know you got home later than us.
I was there for about
Because we got home pretty early and you didn't.
nah, I was there for a second. It was nice little
Man, that microphone is
I just feel like I
garb.
don't like the way they are sitting next to each other. Like it's weird. Like I feel like they're hella close. Like they're way too comfortable with each other.
Tulum was really, really fun actually. I'm happy you invited us. I had a really great time.
We're about to go on another trip to Bali. You wanna go?
Are you gonna pay for it?
Yeah, I got you.
Okay.
Don't say nothing, but I got you.
Missed the big money over here, bro.
Okay.
I know I told her like
Throwing
to just kind of
cash.
like be free about like the situation and kind of do what you want to do. But
She
like,
don't
why
like it,
is she so close to him? Why is she? That's weird. To then that's my best friend, and like yeah, we set him up, but it's just like why are you doing all that?
She's supposed to do that.
Wait a minute. You're mad that she's doing what she's supposed to be doing by her doing the flirting thing? You agreed to it. Now she getting sensitive about her fake flirting with dude. That's why these loyalty things be funny to watch. Because if you were not truly comfortable with your friend setting up your boyfriend, then why even agree to it? You would have a better chance of just confronting your boyfriend and saying, "Hey, I feel like you being weird and trying to, like, you know what I'm saying, go after my friend, and I'm not cool with that." What happened to being direct? Like, this loyalty stuff is stupid. This is definitely not something for the weak. If you tell somebody, especially somebody who you're familiar with, who's your friend, hey, when we do the loyalty test, you can flirt with them, but don't, you know what I'm saying? You should have a boundary or something like that. But she's so nonchalant to even understanding what a loyalty test even is that now she getting caught up in her feelings about it.
Yeah, but not to the extent that she's doing it, because I feel like they're
You
just
didn't
way
set up
too
a
comfortable
boundary
with each other, which is making my
You
feelings
didn't set up a boundary.
even more validated at the end of the day. Because, like, are y'all
Nah, you look
each other,
goofy.
like,
You look
outside
goofy.
of this? Like, what's going
You
on?
look
Because that's what
goofy.
it's giving.
You want to get in the koozie?
I'll come hang out, but I ain't
You
got
look
no clothes, so
goofy.
I'll come hang out with you.
I mean,
Unless you want me
any
to
bikini is any bikini.
Unless you want me to go
You can
naked.
be in any bikini. I have a bikini.
I'll go naked if you want me to go naked.
I mean, anything is
Yeah.
anything if you want to go in the pool.
Meet me at the pool. I got it. I'll make a shot.
We instructed Jackie before the test started to see if Wayne would join her in the pool. So here's where she was going upstairs to change. But from this point on, things kind of took a turn for the worse because control and forgetting why she was here in the first place.
Really?
Should we take another shot?
Damn.
Obviously, we don't have cups, so
Oh my
we're just
goodness.
gonna have to free ball it.
She didn't stick to the plan at all.
Pour down your mouth first. You go first.
Wow.
Over your mouth.
You know what I mean, if it's not obvious that she actually wanted,
You want me to stand up and do it?
yeah, this is a red flag now.
Come on. So do you want to go in right now?
She's
I was all for
committing.
stopping the test, but Sinclair insisted on seeing how far they would actually take things.
She's committing.
I really want to catch him, like, really in the act. So I really want to see how far he takes it.
Yeah, this is good, bro. It's goofy.
So what? I thought I was gonna walk down and have you in a bathing suit too.
Listen, baby. I ain't got no pants, but if you want me to go skinny dipping, I'll go skinny.
No, go in your undies.
My undies basically kind of skinny dipping. Ain't like you.
Basically.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally.
You look beautiful. Don't hurt nobody.
Thank you. You think I look pretty?
I like what I see.
Thank you. We should totally go in the pool.
I'm down. I'm down.
Really? Okay, let's go. Get undressed.
I think,
Yeah.
put your feet in it. Let me see something. Let me help you. Put your feet in it.
It's kind of warm, so put your hand on it.
Okay.
It's not that cold.
All right. What, you got a shirt or something? Oh, no.
Oh.
Yeah. Put your feet in it.
Then I gotta take my shoes off and everything.
Take your shoes off.
See if you got some shorts upstairs.
Does she even remember
It was
why
hard to
she's
tell if
here?
Jackie was doing her job as decoy, or was she starting to really feel her drink?
Like for real? Does she even remember why she's here?
Thank you.
Bruh.
Wayne obviously felt this test, and if it were up to me, we would have stopped this test a long time ago.
Yeah, I ain't gonna
But
lie,
it's safe
for
to say
real.
that this test unfolded unlike any test we have ever did before. It's not hard to tell that Jackie is having a hard time trying to keep it together. I mean, just look at how she's struggling to walk up the stairs.
Oh yeah, she's this. Yeah,
There were no doubts about it. The shots
she's
she took
cooked.
earlier on were definitely affecting her at this
She
point in
is
the test.
cooked. You see the way she looking at her? Wait a minute. Go back. You see the way she looking at her? Golly, man, she look mad as hell. She looked bad as hell. Damn. Remember I said you couldn't see what her face, what her like eye expression was when she had on the glasses earlier. And she was talking to her boyfriend. Now you can see that mug, bro. She's staring in the old girl's soul, like she like, man,
Yeah.
dog.
So he definitely wanted me to put a bikini on, but he definitely wanted to fuck.
can get in bed.
You could literally feel the tension in the room. Sinclair was boiling with how everything unfolded. You could tell she wasn't ready for the test to go this way. She commented on certain things throughout the test that definitely
Stop
bothered
the
her. And it seemed
test.
as if she was holding it all in. Jackie wasn't as much as she didn't expect it. She ended up getting drunk. The phone call was a red flag from the jump. I mean, Sinclair definitely had her answers. It was now time to just go down and let Wayne know that he was on a loyalty test. But make sure you guys stay tuned because there's more.
Oh my goodness. On some cheaters type shit. Richard Greco type stuff, bro.
Are you fucking stupid or slow?
Weird shit.
Because I literally just watched everything that you fucking did. Everything.
And I ain't do shit.
You didn't? No. You weren't talking to my friend on the fucking couch?
Yeah, we chopping up on the
On the fucking couch?
Drink and shit, that's about it.
Way too fucking close. And then you guys wanted to get what, in the jacuzzi or the pool or whatever the fuck? And that's my fucking best friend.
We went to them the same way.
No, we weren't. No, there's no.
What the fuck is all this over here?
So the whole entire time, bro, you've been on a loyalty test.
Exactly.
Sinclair reached out to me because she didn't think you was loyal to her or not, so you know what I'm saying? We said all this.
That's my own issues. And we just talked about in Tulum how we were gonna. You're not talking to my friend. 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 But
look, this girl had one job, bro, and that was to help her best friend find out if her boyfriend was loyal or not. Why the
She
fuck
went
come
over
in and
that.
get drunk?
And on top of that, it's kind of hard to separate what's real or what's drunk talk.
Because you're weird as shit. Like,
about what?
Wait, please.
About what?
Please.
About what?
About what?
what the fuck happened? Because I'm really confused.
I already know how you move. Like, come on. Like, you think you're gonna do this and you're not gonna.
So that's your excuse? That you knew what the fuck I was doing? That's your excuse?
And you still you knew what was going on. Why'd you go along with it? Because you want to fuck.
That's what you knew what I was doing. Yes or no?
I'm here.
Yes or no?
You want to take a shot? You want to take
yes
a
or
shot?
no? Nobody's taking a fucking shot.
Like that in Tulum.
Nobody's taking a shot. She wasn't acting like shit in Tulum.
with you.
Bitch, because I was with her in fucking Tulum.
But you was asleep.
I was in
You
here.
know what was going on when you was
So what the fuck happened?
We didn't just now neither. No difference.
Wow.
No, it's not. What are you talking about?
Oh, man, we having shots. You want to take a shot?
You're in a big ass crib with my best friend by your fucking self, right?
You wasn't too far around this.
Okay.
Y'all best friends. Y'all around each other 24/7. How the fuck? Come on.
You literally sound stupid. You literally sound fucking dumb. You sound stupid. No, I'm not gonna stop following you. Leave. Goodbye.
I will.
Okay, and I'll take it.
Let me take a shot.
You're not gonna,
No, see, that's what I'm talking about. That's why I'm here in the first place.
No, shut the fuck up.
Because she wanted to take a fucking shot.
That's why I'm here.
That's
Take a shot. Take a shot. Fuck up. Take a shot. I'm time for y'all asses. Y'all do the same shit.
Wayne, you literally sound fucking stupid. You literally sound fucking dumb. You literally sound fucking stupid. You literally sound
I would have been going already, man. I ain't gonna lie.
Like you act like I won't fucking slap the fucking with the fucking bottle, Wayne. You act like I won't slap the fuck out of you with the fucking bottle.
Yeah, go ahead, man. Go ahead. Go ahead. It is what it is. Up to 3
years. Fuck you. Yeah, fuck the 3 years. Fuck the 3 years. Fuck the 3 years.
3 years.
Everybody, fuck your mama, fuck everybody. I don't give a fuck. Fuck you.
Fuck you and everybody that's related to you.
Because you're fucking dumb. You're fucking dumb. Goodbye. Goodbye. Goodbye.
I'm not gonna lie, you need to cut her off too.
And my fucking nail came off. I'm sick.
You need to cut her off
Are you
too.
okay? It is what it is.
I ain't gonna lie, you need to cut her off too.
I got your nail because I know you could have seen that shit fucking coming. Helen Keller could have seen that shit.
Low key, she was probably messing with him on the low. I cut her off too, honestly. But honestly, this wasn't really needed. There's nothing better than just confronting somebody straight up. Like what would something like this do? Doing this on camera, do versus just doing it in real life, like confronting somebody that you're in a relationship in real life. Like, come on. Really stupid. This is dope.
Coming, bitch.
After Wayne was escorted off property, Sinclair wanted to have a conversation with Jackie off camera. Off camera, they started arguing about some things that Jackie did while conducting the test that made Sinclair question what was really behind closed doors.
But you didn't set no boundaries.
To see the footage.
Whose
Sinclair
fault
and
is
Jackie both
that?
came upstairs to watch the footage together, which led
Whose
Jackie
fault
into
is
storming
that?
off crying. Why did she start crying? I have no idea. But as she stormed off downstairs, Sinclair started to feel like what she was saying was disrespecting her, which then started a huge argument. I decided to turn the cameras back on because this is not our house, and if they were to break anything while they were arguing, I didn't want to be held liable.
Have it
But
in
take a look.
record. Yeah. Okay. Oh man.
To see if you was straight. What are you
Here we
talking
go.
about? As soon as I heard you crying, I literally said, this bitch crying. Hold on, bitch, on my mother's soul, and I'm about to start crying because you hurt my fucking feelings. You hurt my fucking feelings, and you're laughing at me like it's
God,
funny.
this shit makes my head hurt.
I'm not laughing about how
This literally makes my head hurt.
to me. How is that rude? It's my best friend. You treating me like
This
shit
literally
right
makes
now,
my
bro.
head hurt. All this emotional
I
crap.
literally just explained it to you.
Bro, listen.
Because God, I'm just compassionate because
Remember,
I'm your fucking friend.
you see what I said about females and how they can't be friends with each other. This is an exact example. Literally, the whole entire video, your friend is doing way too much in this loyalty test just to help you expose your boyfriend. And look at it now. Now y'all fighting. That's why a lot of females can't be and be friends with each other, because it's a competition. It's a competition.
Clearly don't give a that shows me everything. So that shows me everything that I need to know. Yes, because when you walked out that door right now, you don't realize that you literally just told me to shut the fuck up and stop talking to
not
you.
in her right mind.
On my God.
I wasn't trying to give Jackie out here. I was just
She
speaking
said
straight
she's
facts.
not
She was
in her
indeed
right mind.
intoxicated. Obviously, I had to work around a lot of these clips because they weren't YouTube friendly. But we tried to de-escalate the situation as much as we can. This loyalty test was one for the books, man. It unfolded crazy. If you enjoyed this loyalty test and you're new to the channel, make sure you...
I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty. Does he have a Patreon? No, he doesn't have a Patreon. That would be cool if he did. By the way, speaking of Patreon, if you're still watching, working on getting my Patreon set up, because I'm going to be pumping out more content. Of course, content that cannot make it to YouTube, like album reviews, different reactions. Whenever you have the chance and you really support me, please go to my Patreon. Patreon is like literally, I'm not asking you for a lot. I'm asking you for like $5-10 for a Patreon, man. That's it. I ain't asking for much. I'm asking for the amount of money you would go and buy a pizza with. That is all. So if you really rock with me, go mess with my Patreon. I'm gonna start putting content up on there very, very, very soon on the for real. But back to the stream. See here. So, final thought on that loyalty test is that I can't stand loyalty tests, bro. Loyalty tests at times can be what they are, honestly. Could be better. Could be, sometimes loyalty, you're wasting a whole bunch of time. Like, it's just like people who go and try to find somebody as a companion online. It's like, versus going out in person and just being able to find you a vibe in like a grocery store or a church or a, I don't know, a social area like a club or something like that. Not saying you're going to find like real love, but if you're a type of person who wants a vibe, I feel like you can probably have a more successful chance going out in real life and finding it versus online, because people are crazy. But then again, who's to say that, in real life, people aren't crazy? It's the same way, but I mean, at least you're face to face with somebody and not dealing with a characterized rendition of them that they are playing online. But anyways, man, gonna move on to some other content. Ooh, okay. So gonna move on from that. Gonna be going to man. So the rocks and lies are catching up to him. Apparently, The Rock is like, he has real life heat. And if you don't know what that means, like, he's really real life hated. For real, for real. And we're going to figure out why, because The Rock is a pretty positive person, you know, a pretty positive celebrity, everything like that. So let's see.
With just $7 in his pocket, The Rock has managed to build $1 million empire. But sometimes millions is just not enough. Not if you want to become a living, breathing, walking billboard. The things he does are so filtered, so perfectly designed to self-promote to a point where it makes us question everything.
John Cena, alarm clock. Can you imagine waking up to this face every morning? Ding, 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 ding.
The Rock is what every HR manager wants their employees to act like all the time. People are saying he is more brand than Russell at this point. But now his strategy has backfired. It turns out people are not buying.
Does it really take all this though?
From being one of the most followed,
like just like I said, like people like will do anything to just find, like, a person, like a celebrity will do one thing wrong that somebody doesn't like, and here come like a dozen, 10 million people talking about, see he's a piece of shit. see there. Like, relax. People make mistakes, bro. Like, there are amazing, like, not even just celebrities, but there are amazing people who are great additions and influences in this world, and people are gonna find something about them and just be like, yeah, like come on, like, look at the way they do Deion Sanders. Deion Sanders makes like one mistake. Here come the media. Here come people on Twitter. Twitter is the worst place on earth. And I feel like people literally just wake up and say, hey, who the hell can I just drag in the mud today? You know, they got to get their engagement farming up. They got to get they got to make their rent. So it's like, let me see who I can hate on today. And it's got to, and for the most part, the theme of it all is to get somebody who's positive, get a positive celebrity, get somebody who's always doing, like, understandably amazing things. Like, look at it. Let me just give you an example. I said Deion Sanders, right? Mr. Beast. Oh, they love to drag Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast does so much. Mr. Beast literally gives money away all the time. Literally he literally donates his money away. He literally goes, he dug a well in Africa. And people say that he's a rich jerk. He's a rich asshole. He's whatever. Like, how can you hate on somebody who literally, like, there's literally a video of him healing people who are blind. Literally doing procedures to get legally blind people to be able to see again. And you're saying that he's a con artist or you know, he's this, he's that. Like, bro, he's doing amazing things for people in the world. And I just feel like people just want to hate because there's nothing else. There's nothing else to do. We're bored with ourselves. And we're so bored to the fact that it helps as somebody who's hurt in your own society and in your own psychological brain to hate on somebody who is doing great things that have to do with positivity. And it just doesn't make sense. But let's continue.
He has now lost more than 450,000 followers on IG.
Oh my gosh, he lost.
He also had a 50% drop in TikTok likes and is even losing followers on YouTube.
Oh my gosh, he's losing followers.
If you spend any time on IG,
Is he losing sanity?
He has been lying about
Is he losing his mind?
made one of the most disliked WWE videos of all time, and even tried to dabble in politics. As you can see, this didn't end well. Just take a look at his In-N-Out visits. He has been documenting his first visits over the last 6 years. In 2016, The Rock was famous for dedicating himself to his fitness routine. He often talked about how he broke away from his healthy meals by eating huge amounts of cheap foods once a week. In 2017, he posted this on Instagram. He captioned it, "I've never been to In-N-Out before. I know, what an asshole. But when my lovely ladies at Lauren Haitian Official and at Simone Johnson wanted late night grub, I happily obliged and pulled in the drive-thru." Then, years later in 2022, he posted this.
Who cares like this though?
My first time ever eating.
Who really
In-N-Out.
cares this?
I would start with a bite of good fries.
Seriously?
As we know, shitty fries can ruin the whole experience. Then,
Who cares this much
in
though?
2023. But after fans called him out, he changed the
Like
caption
who?
and said, "My first ever at In-N-Out burger experience again. Thanks to the fans who reminded me that I went to In-N-Out years ago and totally forgot about it." He even congratulated himself for giving a big tip.
Why are you lying about that? You could just say like.
And
I
then
love
and then
In-N-Out,
this motherfucker is gonna join in on the ridiculousness, on the stupidity on the stupidity of people on the internet. Join in on the hate train, like nigga. Like, is it that serious? Oh, he's losing followers. He's losing millions of followers every day. Okay. Is he losing money too? Is he losing money? Did his girl leave him or something? Did she take his child away or something? Come on. Come on. What's the end game here? Let me know.
So I'm going back to In-N-Out. Let's go. Can't wait for more In-N-Out. Why does it always have to be your first time? We know it's not.
If you are lying about it, at least delete the old Instagram post to try and hide the evidence. Or is he so detached from reality that his sponsored content becomes his only personality? Did he forget? Well, this isn't the only lie he has been called out for.
he really be a detective.
On steroids to get the body he has always dreamed of. This has earned him the title of the fakest celebrity of all time. Back in 2009, in an interview with MTV, The Rock admitted that he tried steroids when he was younger. He said, "Me and my buddies tried it back in the day when I was 18 or 19."
And the person who put this whether he's natural or doing steroids narrative out there is Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan literally put this out there, which, you know, surprised me when I seen The Rock on Joe Rogan's show. It was so random. Like, I'm like, wait a minute, Rock, you on the Joe Rogan podcast after he literally was sitting there ousting you as somebody who did roids? Like, how does that work? That doesn't even make sense.
Didn't know what we were doing, but he didn't consider it that big of a deal because once he got serious with his exercise and diet, he had no need.
Stopped it.
He was just built different. He gave everyone a clear message that after he was done experimenting, he had led a 100% steroid-free life. Whenever people started talking about it, he would say, "Sure, you get a lot of people out there who will suspect and say they want to make
isn't that almost every other wrestler from the 80s and 90s?
His only anchor. And we can see this from all the clips he is posting online, especially his
Y'all know
regimen
y'all
and
don't give a
fitness
damn
schedule.
like this for
But
real.
People forget that he is 52 years old and he is looking bigger than ever. Just look at these pictures from then and now. It is just insane. Everybody knows that you lose lean muscle mass as you age.
No, everybody doesn't know that. Everybody doesn't know that. Everybody doesn't know that unless you're like somebody who's in medical or you're a bodybuilder or someone in that realm. Everybody does not know that. Everybody doesn't know that about how somebody's body is supposed to morph during exercising throughout the years. Like, who knows that? Nobody. The general society don't know stuff like that. Specific people know stuff like that. And that was a horseshit theory you just said just now. Everybody knows that. Oh yeah, everybody knows that. No, everybody doesn't know that.
Your testosterone can naturally decline and so on. Wear
Everybody
and tear
doesn't
on
know
the
that.
joints usually starts to accumulate, which is why it is easier for younger men to bounce right off, but older men require more effort and better care. But when it comes to The Rock, he hasn't reached his peak in his 20s, 30s, or 40s. No, he has the best body, the best muscles, and physique in his 50s.
And I
See
get,
The Rock
I
with
get
his
that
shirt
theory
off.
though.
There's not a man
I
alive
get that
that's wanted to
theory.
go like
What
that.
makes this worse
I get that
is that he's
theory.
trying to be a fitness influencer.
I would say possible, almost 8,000 calories a day. My diet has honestly pretty much remained the same for the past 5 to 10 years.
That's why even Coach Greg talked about it and called him out.
Day on a cheat on Saturday when he had epic French toast and
Like, see, this makes sense because he's a bodybuilder, or he's somebody in health, or something like that. Not just some random nigga trying to put together a theory of whether somebody is natural or using steroids. Like, fall the hell back. You shouldn't even be saying anything about it. Like, come on, bro. There's like this if this is supposed to be journalism, like, make sense of it. Make sense of it. Don't just go off of your own personal don't go off your own personal hate for somebody. Like, put like, if you're gonna do journalism, don't be biased. Don't be biased to your hate. Don't be biased to your hate. Don't be biased to your love. You got to do it down the middle. And this is the way this thing is shaping out right now. I'm only 4 minutes in, and it's looking like you're biased towards your hate. Black culture unlocked.
burgers and fries. He once ate 6,000 to 8,000 calories in a day. It's not what he eats.
Here you can see The Rock's 5 best muscle building secrets. He wants you to think all the exexercises he does to stay in shape and do all the things he has to do.
But isn't that like almost every other celebrity?
Right off the bat, we can give you one thing that is
who
not
does
on
like
this list.
action movies and stuff?
If it's not steroids, then it's testosterone replacement therapy.
The Rock is on steroids. What are your thoughts on that?
You know, I've been to America and I know what goes on. I would believe that The Rock would be on testosterone replacement therapy.
The thing about The Rock is that over time, a product designed to appeal to the masses. The idea for him is to be the hardest working man in the room. This larger than life archetype that has excellent charisma and a good personality. It is edgy enough to be convincing, but not too edgy that will make him unlikable. He wakes up super early, eats more than anyone else, and has literally perfected his workout routine. The type of hyper-masculine role that sells in Hollywood. It's all about the rags to riches story.
He's
How
in
he
Hollywood.
can inspire
Like,
people, get them to do better, try his stuff, and so on. Like, remember that time when he quit the WWE and lost
and
all
this
his
and
muscle?
this is exactly where his hate comes in. This is exactly where his hate, this person who made this documentary, this is where their hate stems in from. All because of wrestling. It's a damn shame, bro. All because of wrestling is the reason why I'm sure this person made this documentary. Oh, just because of, like, bro, just because of Cody Rhodes. Oh, he came and did this. He literally came in when nobody asked for him to come in. Like,
So he took up odd roles like that
My
in the Tooth Fairy.
gosh.
His management team tried to rebrand him with a different image and sell his new character, but that didn't work. So he is back to this perfect larger-than-life character. Now, all he has to do is keep molding himself based on the persona he has created, based on the product he is trying to sell. For example, he is pushing his tequila so much that people say he kind of looks like an alcoholic right now. But before that came into the picture, he rarely, almost never talked about drinking alcohol.
You know what? You're not that hard. Cause take a shot of tequila without making a face.
He created a record-selling tequila brand. He launched Terramana in 2020, and the product went viral in a matter of days. Apparently, the actor decided on such a venture because he has been a big fan of tequila for quite some time. Since he had all the influence and money, it would make sense to start his own brand and take it from there. I mean, he even did a rap cameo at the end of the song Face Off just to promote his tequila.
Tech 9. Thank you, Terramana. One take.
Isn't this too much? Well, it doesn't matter because it worked. The company saw huge success in the United States, and it is even planning on launching in the Asian and European markets as well. Another thing that made The Rock lose followers was when many fans thought he was caught lying about potentially competing in Pride FC in '97. Back then, he was still at the start of his career as a pro wrestler. He didn't think his wrestling career was going to work out because he got booed out of the arena. He wanted to make more money, but admitted he would have gotten beaten up very badly. That's because Pride had quality fighters, and considering The Rock was also a genetic powerhouse, he would have fit right in. He would have been younger and probably fitter than other experienced wrestlers, which could have opened the path to new opportunities. Now, considering and signing a contract are two different things. But after he appeared on the Joe Rogan podcast, people started picking apart his story. The Pride event happened in October 1997. For Rock to even think about fighting right then and there, he should have been aware
they're saying he's pulling a Hulk Hogan?
The first time Kerr had a Pride...
He's a liar. They say he pulling a Hulk Hogan. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. Wrestlers tell rest time that aren't true. I don't think his feet should be put to the fire, bro. Like wrestlers like legitimately lie all the time in interviews. What's one more lie? What's one more lie? Wrestlers lie, bro. They lie. They tell stories that never even happened. And you know what? People in the wrestling world eat that stuff up, man. Whether it's true or not, they don't do a lot of fact checking in the wrestling world. They don't do a lot of fact checking, especially if it's something that wasn't on camera.
Pride fight was in 1998. Shamrock had his debut in 2000, but according to fans, The Rock's timeline just doesn't add up. One fan posted, "He's turning into Hogan with these stories. Yeah, you were going to train for a bit and then take on Fire, Severn, Races, Goodridge, Taktarov, Kerr, Chemo, etc. And in 1997, they had their first event.
Especially because Hogan is a habitual liar.
They've only done 3 more shows. Shamrock eventually fought in Pride, but it was in 2000, after he left WWE in 1999. Another fan commented, "Shamrock went to WWE because there was no money in MMA." Another said, "The Rock trying to get cool points from Joe Rogan is sad to see." While a fourth added, "It must be a wrestler thing. First it was Hulk Hogan.
It's a wrestler thing.
On a recent
yes, it
episode
is.
of Storytime
It's a wrestler
with Judge
thing.
Mantel, the co-host Romero had a similar statement. He talked about how the Brahma Bull turned heel, which means he shifted from a face persona to a heel persona. For those who don't know about wrestling terminology, there are 2 types of characters in pro wrestling. You have the baby face or face players, who are basically the good guys.
And then the heel.
They rarely take advantage of circumstances or cheat. They are looking for a clean way to win, so to speak. The heel players are the classic bad guys. They will do whatever it takes to win, even if it means distracting the refs, bending the rules, and so on. So The Rock turned heel in professional wrestling before Pride FC held its inaugural event in Tokyo. In the meantime, Mantel doesn't seem to trust anything The Rock is saying.
It makes Rock told a very interesting story, but I don't ever think that Rock would have been a success in the WWE.
Because he's a wrestler, and a lot of wrestlers lie.
WWE manager,
and he himself has lied too.
As an MMA
So
fighter. Over the past 10 years, several former wrestling superstars have given MMA a shot. Some didn't do well, like CM Punk, while others, like Brock Lesnar, found some success. Well, he isn't as strict about timing as others, but just thinking about joining an MMA organization is one thing. Actually training and fighting is a completely different story. He can't imagine The Rock going up against Fedor Emelianenko. Fedor is incredibly tough and dominates his opponents, so he doesn't think there's any chance The Rock would have succeeded. The Rock might have thought about it.
I'm pretty sure doing that to promote, telling that story to promote his the movie he's doing.
The Rock is losing followers, and one of them has to do with a specific tank. That's right, a combat vehicle. An American tank division named a tank after him. Here is what he posted on his Instagram. "I'm sending a salute of respect and gratitude to the Black Hawk Squadron, U.S. 1st Armored Division, for the honor of naming their tank the most advanced in the world, Dwayne The Rock Johnson." The actor was very grateful and happy, but his fans hated it. They called it just another ego boost, claiming that Dwayne had a pro-war mindset. This is why a lot of people unfollowed him. They said that finally Dwayne had revealed his true colors, and it was this type of mindset that—
Oh my God, that is not why. That is not why he started having people unfollow him. It was because of the thing in Hawaii, bro. It was a thing in Hawaii. He bro made one mistake and stood next to somebody he wasn't supposed to be standing next to. Somehow, apparently, either The Rock don't have a publicist or his publicist didn't tell him, hey, that was not the right thing to do. And he either went through it, he either didn't like ask anybody's opinion, like, is this right? Should I do this? Should I stand with this woman? Because like there's a lot of people losing their homes, losing their lives in Hawaii over volcanoes. It's a very serious matter. So he should have consulted with a publicist and like really asked, like, hey, is this a good idea? Am I supposed to be doing this? You know, is this something that I should do? Because I'm having some thoughts that and I feel a little weird about it. That's the type of talk he should have had, but I didn't know. It didn't go that way, apparently.
Could destroy his career and reputation. One user posted, for a man who claims to be empathetic to endorse a killing machine is kind of crazy. No, it won't be used to defend our own country. It will be used to wage undeclared, unconstitutional special interest.
The worst thing that could have happened to this society,
of course,
is
not everyone
getting
hated it.
social
Some said
media,
that The
bro.
Rock didn't have to apologize for it. But what really
Like,
pissed
seriously.
people off was when he made a political statement that sounded very much like a paid endorsement.
Publicly endorsed a presidential candidate or a vice presidential candidate in my life, over my career. So I figured let's kick this conversation off this way by me officially publicly endorsing you both to become president and vice president of our great country.
For a long time before that, people knew The Rock as being politically independent. But then everything changed in 2020 when he made this announcement and lost a lot of respect. Then he went on Fox and Friends yet again and said he wouldn't be endorsing Biden anymore because he realized his mistake and regretted it. He said, in today's easy cancel culture world and cancel culture, woke culture, this culture, that culture division,
You should have never said
really
that.
bugs me. Apparently now he
Should have
learned that being
never said
honest
that,
and real
because
was
now they
more
on your
important than
head
whether
top.
he would get canceled or not. But with all of these endorsements and
Now that they know that you
it seems
care,
The Rock
oh
doesn't
boy.
just act on set, he's acting everywhere he goes, no matter who he spends time with. We definitely saw that with the Maui scandal. He
Yeah.
begged for donations for charity to help the people of Maui.
This is
when
the
he
mistake.
Is worth $800 million.
This
and
is
Oprah
the
worth
mistake.
$2.5 billion.
You should have never did this.
Coming together to aid.
You should have never done this. You should have never came together with that woman. And now now they gonna be you gonna be getting scolded for the rest of your career. Scolded for the rest of your career. Should have never done this. And the reason why you should have never done it is because you're a millionaire. You're a millionaire yourself. Why don't you take some of your money and donate some of your money quietly? It doesn't even, like, something like that shouldn't even be made public. Like it should just be, you donate money. If you need to go out there, you go out there and you help, because I know that Hawaii is like not just it's a place you called home at some point in your life when you were young, up until your teenage years. And of course, I know your grandma was living out in Hawaii, and y'all would go back, he would go back and forth there with, his dad and his mom and everything like that. So I know there's significance to Hawaii, for real. And you should have never, as somebody who has all the respect in the world and love in the world for a place like Hawaii, you should have never associated yourself with another celebrity who doesn't have your best interest at heart in the first place. You should have just went there. You should have just went there on your own, helped out, got a bunch of people to come help out, help people who are in need, donate clothing, food, whatever you need to donate. Donate money quietly. The media don't need to know about that. Do it as quiet as possible. And especially don't stand next to another celebrity, especially somebody the likes of her. You know, but, you know, hey, you live and you learn. But I mean, in the court of public opinion, and they don't feel like you should live it down. They will continue to regurgitate and bring it back up. Oh, you know, like if The Rock goes and does 17 million nice things, 17 million positive things, it's gonna be 500 people in that comments. If there's 10,000 comments, it's gonna be 5,000 people in the comment section talking about, you ain't do that with Maui. Must have been real good standing next to Oprah. How's that Maui stuff going for you now?
8 communities impacted by the wildfires, launching a fund with an initial donation of $10 million.
So of course, we have a multimillionaire and a billionaire asking poor people for money. They first announced they would donate $10 million, but instead they used $5 million to create the People's Fund of Maui. It is supposed to be for the people. Then why don't The Rock and Oprah ask their billionaire friends to donate instead of those living paycheck to paycheck? For starters, people had some legitimate worries about the nonprofit The Rock and Oprah were using. Their fund managed by the Entertainment Industry Foundation. The thing is, the EIF did post where their funding goes, and it turns out that their top employees and executives are earning a hefty sum. We are talking about hundreds of thousands. The CFO makes more than $290,000 a year. The CEO makes more than $350,000 a year. And the president makes more than $480,000 a year. Well, at least the foundation is providing $1,200 in relief to the survivors, compared with the $700 from the US government. That should suffice, right? In reality, the way this foundation is set up, people ended up getting not enough, if anything at all. This caused, and it became a huge burden for the people of Maui. These people went through so much in so little time that it is just devastating. And land grab after land grab, it was just overwhelming.
If I have to go pitch a tent on the ashes, that's what I'm gonna have to do.
The Rock also addressed the backlash and talked about it.
There was some backlash that came with launching the fund, and I want to address and acknowledge that backlash right now.
But this didn't sound like an apology, only that he tried to take accountability for his actions in his own way. And all of this is filmed next to that big mansion and pool in the backyard.
Okay, so
it would have been better if these
he takes accountability for a mistake he made, and what do y'all do? God, people are full of shit. People are full of shit. The man literally addressed something that he made a mistake for, took accountability, and that's not good enough for y'all niggas. Yes, people are full of shit, bro.
These celebrities had just given the funds from their own pocket.
Like, he took accountability. There ain't no video of Oprah taking account. There ain't no video of Oprah apologizing for this. He took accountability because he knows he did something wrong. He knows he did something wrong. Taking accountability for something you did wrong, and people still shitting on you for it. Unbelievable.
And stop asking the public to fund something when they can barely pay for the stuff they need for themselves. According to a major portion of the population, this was a misstep in The Rock's career, which can have long-term consequences. With cases such as these, his friendly and charismatic demeanor may not be enough to get him out of this mess, especially since many of his lies and missteps have become more obvious. If that wasn't enough, he is also losing popularity among many WWE fans. He even made the most disliked WWE video on YouTube.
That's really what it is. He's a wrestling fan. This nigga's a wrestling fan, bro. He's a wrestling fan. He made a 20-minute video because he didn't like the fact that The Rock came back. He made a 20-minute video because he didn't like the fact that The Rock came back at, what is that, at WrestleMania 39? That's so, I think it's 40. Yeah, WrestleMania 40. What am I saying? He didn't like the fact that The Rock came back at WrestleMania 40. But I'm going to be honest with you. If he didn't come back, that WrestleMania wouldn't have been that good. That WrestleMania wouldn't have been that good. Who wants to watch Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes again? I would have. I liked the fact that they all sat down and planned it out. It's not like, oh, The Rock came back and just inserted his dominance. Like, no. They literally sat down, like Seth Rollins, The Rock, Triple H, Roman Reigns, literally sat down in a damn room and planned this out. Whether you like the fact that he was part of that, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. They all sat down together and planned it out. So that they literally made they literally turned something that was gonna just be a regular ass WrestleMania into something bigger that got the culture, like the whole entire culture involved. And you're mad he even came back. Like, bro, like, get over it. They made a gigantic moment on that stage, and the buildup was crazy. Whether it was supposed to be Roman versus The Rock or not, it was a good thing he came back, because he got his extra aura got an extra set of eyeballs on that product. So there's that.
Over 500,000 dislikes in less than 36 hours. That dislike bar was growing so fast, it even shocked the WWE. 2 years of build-up, 2 years of hype, all for nothing. WWE.
But it's so stupid because y'all literally asked for The Rock versus Roman, and then all of a sudden, no, we don't want it. We don't want it now. We want Cody versus The Rock. No, we want Cody versus Roman again. We want Cody to win. Like, y'all literally asked for it. Y'all asked for it. And now they give it to you and you're like, no, we don't want it now.
To be the main event at WrestleMania 39, which took place in Hollywood last year. However, despite discussions about this
it was WrestleMania
Rock
40.
later confirmed that he didn't work out and they couldn't, since Cody Rhodes stepped up to challenge Reigns for the title. Although he didn't win, Rhodes has solidified his
I'm
spot
still laughing at this.
Ever since.
You literally made a 20-minute video just because of this.
To see him get his rematch.
Now this is really why you were mad. It was this, and it was the damn Maui stuff.
Take the stage and face
nigga made a 20-minute documentary
professionally, but felt a bit down about giving up the spotlight. Then the dislikes came, and The Rock was even booed on stage during the live event on Saturday. Do you know what else is interesting about The Rock? It turns out he has a clause in his contract that says he can't lose a fight. It seems that some of the toughest men
I ain't gonna lie, that's weird.
Tough after all. His ego can't handle losing even a fake fight. Based on reports from the Wall Street Journal, Dwayne, Jason Statham, and Vin Diesel have signed conditions in their movie contracts that make sure they never lose a fight.
Okay,
so the number of bodily injuries they receive or punches they sustain. The Rock
it's
and
not
his
just The Rock by
co-stars
itself,
want to
then.
maintain this supremacy on screen, want to back down so he will never look weak. Now we can see where that is coming from. When his entire persona is built around his image, it is normal for Dwayne to make sure that all his on-screen characters never.
That's
get
why
beaten
Black
badly,
Adam didn't work.
because no one wants to watch a loser. Instead, he has to remain on the top, becoming this supreme superhero that is strong enough to save the world. You know, there is something Dave Bautista said a while back after he left wrestling and focused on his acting. He said, "I never wanted to be the next Rock. I just want to be a good actor, a respected actor." He said he never cared about the spotlight or fame. All he ever wanted was for people to respect him and look up to him. He wanted to experience what it means to be an actor in Hollywood and how that would feel to accomplish something this big. If he could only see right now how well his statement would age with time. Well, when we are talking about lies, there is where that came from. Apparently, The Rock lied to us about Black Adam. He said that
I'm sorry, but Batista, with all due respect, he plays a lot of he plays a lot of good characters, but I mean, at the end of it all, he's still kind of like stereotypically the big muscly guy, a little bit like. But I mean, he has more range than John Cena and The Rock in acting. I'm gonna be honest with you. So I mean, like, John Cena kind of plays the same person in most of his roles, except with a little bit of like education sprinkled on top of it. The Rock is like literally action-packed movie guy, and Batista, like I said, he's the one with the most range out of all three of them. Guardians of the Galaxy, a couple movies here and there where he actually has like lines and good characterization written in. So
the movie will be making anywhere between $52 million to $72 million in profits. He posted, waited to confirm
Black Adam was actually a good movie. It's just
excellent #Black Adam News.
I got like The Rock should have just let DC do their thing, bro.
And $72 million. Fact,
he should have just
almost
been it. He should have just been in the movie. He should have just been in the movie with Shazam. Let DC do what they need to do to build up the Black Adam character, so we can get another damn movie, and just continue. But I mean, like, I feel like his ego got in the way a little bit on this one.
We are building our new franchise step by step. First, Captain America did $370 million for the DC future. But in reality, the movie was a box office disaster. After 7 weeks on the big screen, the movie generated just $387 million around the globe. And the budget, anywhere from $190 million to $260 million. This is not enough, especially nowadays with the cost of special effects, set, marketing costs, and all the other salaries they have to pay. According to insiders at Warner Brothers, there were still some COVID-related limitations that forced the studio to cut back on the global marketing campaign. The initial goal was to spend $100 million on advertising, but ended up with $80 million. This had a devastating impact on the overall profit. Because
it's understandable.
Of that, the movie had to earn roughly $600 million to break even and surpass the benchmark to make a hefty profit. But as things were set in motion, the film was losing $50 million to $100 million in theaters. Overall, it was headed to a bad start. Now, office numbers are equally important as the overseas numbers, but the profits just don't add up. The movie took at least $190 million to make, but it's when you see the domestic returns alone that the film made only $168 million. Yes, it did better overseas, but the studio had to sell its distribution rights, and those who bought these rights took in most of the profits. So foreign receipts won't do it any good, especially with how the domestic numbers are going right now. Compared to other DC Universe films, this one has quite a substantial budget.
It's because he got Henry Cavill
look at
fired.
Batman v Superman for a moment. The production cost was about $250 million, yet
he didn't want to be in a Shazam movie.
$30 million in domestic returns and over $874 million worldwide. Since we are talking about Dwayne Johnson here, we expect to see huge results. It was supposed to be a hit, but it turned out that
we expect to see huge results, or you expect to see
although The Rock
huge
still
results.
Remains this mega star, it seems that his influence didn't age well. He is quite innovative as a businessman, talented spokesperson, and someone who can make people.
He making it seem like this dude ain't getting work.
Very hard to push his agenda.
He making it seem like The Rock ain't getting work. Like The Rock ain't do it. Like The Rock, like legitimately ain't doing movies. The Rock is legitimately not a face, like literally an entity in the WWE. Like literally not like he doesn't have alcohol and skincare for men. Like this dude is just like you making it seem like he's a bum or something like that. Like he's just some E-list actor or something like that. Some E-list dude. The hate is for real.
remain relevant and on top, we can see a lot of his fans pulling back. He has received a ton of criticism over the years, especially when it comes to him being a fitness influencer. But he has also been called lying and endorsing questionable endeavors, which have had a major impact on his reputation. In real life, he is worth millions, so he does a pretty good job when it comes to his entrepreneurial spirit. But whether he will remain likable or not, we will have to wait and see. Now, when you compare him to John Cena, for example, you can see that Cena has aged better.
Do you know why? Do you like just real quick? Do you know why I say that this guy made a 20-minute video and he's legitimately a wrestling fan? He literally based this video off of his hate for The Rock coming back to be part of WrestleMania 40 and that whole entire storyline build up with Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns. It's because he keeps referencing the wrestling. Keeps referencing wrestling. So what that tells me is you're a Rocky hater. You've never liked The Rock. Never liked The Rock, and you spent 20 minutes trying to tell and convince like why you don't like him. And then you're adding in things that are universally hated by haters of The Rock. Not exhibiting any like valid points that would be any different from somebody on Twitter, but I'm just saying.
He is avoiding scandals and controversies as much as he can, and this has made him a fan favorite. But The Rock, that's a completely different story. You see,
hold on. You mean to tell me you talking about John Cena, who's hated outside of WWE, right? He's hated just as much as John Cena. John Cena's hated just as much as The Rock, but he's not. He never stood next to nobody and tried to donate $1 million or nothing like that. But he's hated. He's just as hated. He's just as hated. He literally turned into the person that he scolded, which is The Rock. He's hated just as much as The Rock.
You can see that Cena has aged better. He is avoiding scandals and controversies as much as he can, and this has made him a fan favorite.
I mean, he didn't really avoid. He might have avoided being in a scandal, but bro, he still openly supports Vince McMahon. He's not all the way off the island, bro. He still openly supports Vince McMahon, which there's a whole nother thing with that.
But The Rock, that's a completely different story. You see, what made him incredibly popular in the late 90s and early 2000s is now considered questionable behavior. Women today would get literally sick if someone were to behave with them that way, especially with millions of people watching. This was funny back then, but it is sexual harassment right now.
Oh my God.
He also called Stephanie a
to the biggest slut in the West.
You know what's so funny? He didn't write none of this. He didn't write the situation for this. He didn't make most of these segments are things that he didn't make up. It had to be okayed by who owned the WWE at that time. Oh, okay. All right. But you want to put it on him like he's the one who came up with the ideas.
Talk about emotional damage, or that time he talked about pie and strudel.
The Rock loves pie.
This new generation
This
is just
conversation went in so many different directions.
like ridiculous,
it was indeed
bro.
a hilarious, forgotten, and underrated segment.
Come on, man.
But there is no way he can do something like this again.
I can tell you
His
you ain't
sexual
grow up
remarks
watching
and
The
clever
Rock, bro.
wordplay got him a lot of attention over
My
the years.
goodness.
He used to hint a lot about that in his pie song. There are other moments that made Rock a memorable
This is making me. This is getting on my nerves, bro.
Michael Cole.
This is getting on my nerves. I ain't gonna continue with this because this dude is a wrestling fan and he just don't like The Rock. He just don't like The Rock, bro. It's like, come on. just like literally, if you don't like him, like there's one thing not to like him. There's that. But it's another thing to go make a 20-minute video on him, on the reason why you don't like him. Could it just be that you just don't like? Can it just be like you don't like him and just move on? You ain't got to make a 20-minute video, bro. 20-minute video, and you ain't the only one making this type of stuff, this type of document, whatever mini series document, whatever you want to call it, whatever you want to call it, bro. Like this is not the first time I seen a video about The Rock, and the hate was fit into a 20-minute window. Like I've seen it before. I mean, I don't know. I just think you let your hate bias build this. I think that's how I feel with that one. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I'm actually tired, so I'm gonna get up off of here. But I stayed on as long as I could. If you're still rocking with me, please follow all of my social medias down in the description. And hey, man, I'm gonna get out of here because I am tired. Take it easy, man.